So for the Security Plus exam, security in general, obviously you're going to have to know different security threats and how they might be mitigated. And of course, this also has applicability to anyone that has ever had a virus, has ever encountered a cybersecurity threat against them. So your first kind of threat is going to be a virus. Virus is something that has to be downloaded by the user. It may be installed via a flash drive if we're looking at a social engineering scenario. So in a social engineering scenario in an organization, we would have someone pose as, let's say, a contractor, IT contractor, and they would just walk in with a fake badge. People will believe them. They plug in a flash drive to a computer and then install a virus. That's one scenario. All of these can be installed by various means. A worm is distinct from a virus in that it replicates itself. A zombie is a computer that has been compromised and is probably sending out these worms or other viruses, maybe disseminating them. So you'll have a botnet scenario where multiple computers on a network are infected, and they are in turn trying to infect other networks. And malware is a general term for anything that's harmful. There is a term grayware, which is somewhere between beneficial programs and malicious programs. So it used to be you could trust CNET downloads, right? You would download anything from CNET, or that'd be a browser or anything else, and it will be fine. Well, now, if you've noticed, you have to actually read what you're downloading, which you should have been doing anyway, but you have to read what you're downloading and make sure you're not getting a slew of nonsense that you do not want on your machine. So we definitely want to look out for that. And of course, adware, we've all had it. It causes pop-ups. You'll get pop-ups on your machine. An armored virus is something that hides its code to mask itself. So it's a particular subset of virus that actually hides its code so it can't be removed, or obscures its code so that removing it becomes more difficult because you can't find all the files that are related to the virus itself. An example of this is the whale, it was known as the whale virus. Okay, so this is an example test question. You're the security administrator for your organization and have just completed a routine server audit. You did not notice any abnormal activity. However, another network security analyst finds connections to unauthorized ports from outside the organization's network. Using security tools, the analyst finds hidden processes that are running on the server. A rootkit has likely been installed. So that would be an example of a rootkit. They evade routine scans. Hidden processes are the main symptom of rootkits. So rootkit has an etymological similarity to the term root in Unix or Linux usage. And the whole purpose, the whole idea behind the term is that the virus attempts to give itself administrative privileges and begin messing with everything on the system. So our rootkits are aiming for that administrative control over computers. They install hidden files, processes, and hidden user accounts. So if you have a random hidden file showing up in some areas of the machine, then maybe you have a rootkit. Like anything else, they can be manually installed or automated, so they can be disseminated over a botnet as well. Now, one thing that might happen, let's say you have a Windows computer that's infected and you don't have a dual boot setup, you may have to find this virus by using Knoppix or Linux Mint, basically a form of Linux that you can boot via a CD drive. And this will allow you to get in and actually view the files on the machine and maybe remove it. You can also use Kali Linux for the same purpose. All right, now if a virus resides in the kernel, it really becomes practically impossible to remove it. So in that case, if that's where the virus is, you have to reinstall the operating system. In the unfortunate event that this actually infects firmware on the computer, it's over. You might want to, take the computer out for some ice cream, give it a nice day and just, put it down in the backyard because it's done, right? And the ways you detect this, so this is going to go into something I'm going to discuss in the future. Signature scanning, so known signatures of rootkits. You'd be looking for that with all of your security or system administration tools. Behavioral-based methods can detect it. So if you have very unusual behavior from programs causing memory dumps and all kinds of things, then you probably do have a rootkit. Everybody's had the experience of just having stuff randomly crash. That is, obviously a symptom, but you'd be seeing that in a wider span across the system. So I just wanted to do a short overview, various types of security threats, what they are, how you might find them, mitigate them, and then remove them with a special attention to rootkits because they're the most egregious.